Today I'm going to be testing which out of these three weapons is best in Subnautica. To begin with, I have the Torpedoes attached to the Seamoth. As you can see, despite having a full torpedo, well actually 4 torpedo bays, the Torpedoes seem to have little to no effect on the Reaper. And this doesn't really change if you put it in the prawn suit. Even if you refill the torpedo chambers, it doesn't really matter, it won't do too much damage. It's definitely not enough to be feasible to kill the Reaper within a reasonable frame of time. So, onto our next weapon, which is the drill on the prawn suit. The drill on the prawn suit is personally my favourite. Of course it has to be coupled with the grappling arm in order to latch onto the Reaper and then let it drag you along while I drill it. Now, this method is probably one of the faster methods of killing in this game, the one that I personally have used the most. It's quite reliable. The Reaper will get hold of you every now and then, but as long as you use a bit of thrust to keep yourself away from its jaw, then you can usually avoid getting your suit destroyed in the process. Now watch as I drill this Reaper to pieces. After a few minutes of drilling this Reaper, he eventually kicks the bucket, and I would say this is quite a reliable and efficient method of killing Reapers, and this is what I would probably recommend. The final and best weapon, in my opinion, is simply the Cyclops itself. Now, although this one's a bit more risky, using the Cyclops as effectively an enormous torpedo is actually what I've had the most success with killing Reapers with. Now, this does sound a bit ridiculous, and you do have to be careful. You must approach the Reaper from front on, don't let it get behind you or underneath you, and if it does, then kind of just avoid it, even put your thrust onto max if you have to escape it, and kind of just dance around it in the water until you get a good angle of attack, and then just punch it and hit it right in the face if you can. And for me, this generally takes 2 or 3 hits, maybe sometimes more if you don't get enough velocity, but this seems to be the fastest way to kill Reapers in this game, as long as you're careful with it. Alright, let's go kill a Reaper. The Reaper manages to dodge me quite well here, and even manages to get a hit on me first, but it's not too long until I get my first hit on him. At this point, I've gotten 2 pretty good hits on the Reaper, but he's also gotten some pretty good hits on me. So I make the decision to leave the steering wheel and try and do some repairs on my Cyclops while I can. And this is vital to being able to kill the Reaper, because if you let it get down to a very small amount of hull integrity left, then there's a chance you will lose your Cyclops in this process, which you absolutely don't want to do. After making some quick repairs, I'm ready to take on this Reaper one last time.
Unflagged emergencies warning. Vessel chartered. Excessive noise. Warning. Attack.
And there we go, the Reaper's dead. So this method took a little bit longer than I would have expected, but it was pretty clear that it only took a few hits to actually kill this Reaper. So in terms of most efficient, I would probably still say the drill on the prawn suit is a better option, just because there's no risk of really losing your prawn suit. It's a bit easier to do, there's no sort of, you don't have to try and approach it from a certain angle. Torpedoes, honestly, not even a chance on this tier list. I would say they potentially have the coolest looking effect, but definitely not the most practical. So if you're looking to kill a Reaper, either use the drill bit on the prawn suit, or just slam it with your submarine. Thanks for watching.